Hi guys! So, for today, we are going to, where are we going? Oh, I don't know where we're going.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. We're having a little picnic. We're getting sumos. We're just waiting for our order to be ready. What did you get?
We got white rice and sushi.
Sushi. And then I got shrimp hibachi. And he's bringing me to this spot. Because we always go to the park, but we're trying something different today. And it's a secret. And yeah, so when we get there, we'll talk more. And we have some questions that we'll answer that we were asked on my Instagram story. Yuck! So we're back in the car and we're gonna answer some questions. So, the first one, has your mom or your dad created a bigger impact on your life and life choices? What do you think?
I feel like your parents, they're on board on what you want to do, and they're never like, you know, putting you down for what you want to do. They're like encouraging you. They want to see you do big things. So I don't know. I feel like they agree with your life choices, and maybe some life choices are like, alright, maybe she shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, that's okay. Next question. How are you and your boyfriend? So we're doing pretty good. I'm sure like everybody who's about to watch this knows we broke up. And we're back together, and it's so much better this time. What do you think? Like, if you look back at our old relationship and you look at the way it is now?
We matured so much, and
we grew up.
We were just like, when we first started dating, we were kids and we were immature, and we didn't really know a lot about relationships.
Not at all.
And we were just, you know, we were kids and we were just immature. We didn't know, like, I don't know, we know a lot more than we did before. So this time around was way better.
It is, and I feel like when you're together at such a very young age, well, I was 13, you were 15, I was in 8th grade, like, you need to experience life on your own. At 13 years old, you have no idea what self-love is and self-respect, so even at 15. So I feel like that breakup, it was messy a little bit, but
it helped us in the long run, definitely.
Yeah, we learned how to do shit on our own. We learned how to be independent, like, and that's what we needed in order to be a better relationship this time around. And now, oh my god, it's so good! What led you to want to do YouTube? I think this is for me. Do you want to do YouTube, like, full on? Do you think you'd have your own YouTube channel ever?
This is probably more directed towards you. I've thought about it a little bit. I still gotta sleep on it.
Yeah. So what led me to do YouTube is, okay, first off, I watch like hours of YouTube every day, and I love how there's like influencers who teach a lot about self-love, self-respect. Like, they use their platform, they use the camera just to show off their talents and stuff like that. And I'm into makeup, I'm into like giving advice, like stuff like that. And I do not want to work a 9-to-5 job.
That's okay.
Yeah. Like, I'd rather be doing what I love with a camera on YouTube, giving out content people like to enjoy to watch, and it's just even making one smile, like even making one person smile, it's like you feel like, okay, your job is done, you did it. Like,
it's like YouTube is like a job for like real life. I don't know if you like get that, but it's like you live every single day, and then like you're putting it on YouTube, and people get to see how like you live your life. And like, you kind of get your voice out there if like you're not really heard. YouTube's like a great platform to like, you know, put yourself out there.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like a lot of people are living day to day just to work and live, just to make sure that they're surviving. And that's not how I want to live. That's not how we want to live. We want to, we don't want to just work day to day, a 9-to-5 job every single day and get the weekends off and be comfortable. We want to be more than comfortable. Like, we want to actually make our dreams come true. And most people in upstate New York have, like, they're stuck in this pattern. They're stuck. They just watch what their parents do. They watch what their friends do. They go to college, get a job, okay, great. And
they have, like, dreams, and they don't really
pursue them.
They don't really get to embrace themselves, and, like, they're just, like, after high school, okay, what's next? I gotta work. I gotta make money. And then they get into the habit. They get into the rhythm. And then, like, they find themselves stuck. Like, you're making good money, and then, like, what's next? Like, you get comfortable, you build a family off of that. It's like you're not truly living.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that's with that little tangents, but I mean, so who is your biggest inspirations? You answer first.
My biggest inspiration? No, but I feel like Kate's been a great inspiration to me. It sounds cringe, but you know, she's like I tell her what I want to do. I tell her, you know, my intentions, and she's never gonna like shit on that, and like
I get on your ass about it.
Yeah, she's been really good with that, and she's been on top of it, and yeah.
It sounds so cringy, but I'd say you are too. It's weird because, like, we're polar opposites, but it's like he brings the calm in me, and I, like, bring out the wild in him, and it's like it balances. It's like there's never a dull moment because we're so opposite that it's like, you know what I mean? It's so much better that way, and I feel like you inspire me to be a better person. First off, when you're in a relationship, you're constantly growing, trying to better each other, and I feel like we're constantly doing that, like, we're helping each other grow as people.
Yeah, and I feel like most relationships, like, they don't have that inspiration. It's just like, you know, we're dating and like
it is what it is.
Yeah, it's like they're not really helping each other. They're just like
they don't want to go through life alone.
Yeah.
What's your biggest regret? Honestly, I don't have any regrets because I feel like all of them, they brought me to who I am today. And it's like, if that didn't happen, then where would I be right now?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel like I have a couple of regrets, but they don't go that deep. It's just like stupid shit.
Yeah. Who has helped Peter most in his life?
My mom. A lot.
I know.
People who never gave up on me. Like Kate.
Me and your mom are both on your ass.
Yeah.
About everything.
Like, you want to see me do good in life.
And so does your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom's been very helpful in trying to convince you and help you pursue your dreams. And she's always on board. When you tell her about stuff you want to do, like, she's like, take it and run with it.
Yeah. And my dad's been constantly on my ass about, like, work and, like, you know, like, obviously, like, I'm not going to quit my job because what am I going to do? Like, live at home? Live off my parents' money?
Right.
He's like...
He's just teaching you to be hardworking.
He's showing me, like, whatever I do now is going to help me big time in the future, and like get the shit done now so you're not struggling in the future. You know what I mean?
How have you guys been mentally and physically?
Physically, I mean, since this coronavirus thing, you know, everybody's been cooped up in the house, so it's like you can't really be as, like, you know, fit. You know, you're just constantly sitting in your room, you know, just wasting the day. Like, I want to go to the gym more and just like be active, but I've been like going to the park, playing basketball, trying to keep myself healthy and like active, and even my job just like keeps me like, you know, constantly moving.
And it gives you a routine too. During this kind of thing, I feel like you need a routine so you're not just waking up late, like watch your day go by fast. How about mentally?
Mentally I've been alright. I mean, I've had my episodes, you know, it's like being cooped up in the house gets to you. Even like you can like put up a front and, you know, you can have like your ego and just be like, oh yeah, like fuck that, but like, you know, everybody is, at the end of the day, they're stuck with their thoughts, and like, you know, no one wants to be stuck, no one wants to be sitting in the house, everyone wants to enjoy their summer. It's like we really haven't got to, like, 2020 is supposed to be like the year, and
it hasn't been.
It hasn't started off on a good note.
But for me,
we're hanging in there.
For me, mentally and physically. Physically, I have been alright. Like, I've gained my weight. Like, when I made my first YouTube video, or the second one, My Journey, I was like, what, 124? Now, I'm 138. But I'm happy. I'm so happy. Like, I go from what, 114 pounds from 2 years ago, my sophomore year, to 138.
Yeah, that's a great improvement.
It's like, oh my god, I feel so good about myself. The one thing I've been trying to work on is my posture, because I realized, I think a lot of us do that. We're always sitting like this, and I'm like trying to fix it now, because I don't want to have that big back when I'm older.
Have that humpback.
Yeah. Oh, so unattractive. Alright, and mentally, I think I've been doing alright. I mean, I've been working almost every day, so just working between 2 jobs every day, it's like, it's getting to me, because it's like, when am I going to get me time? And it's, you literally... You wake up, you go to work, go back home, go to your second job, and then you're like, oh shit, I gotta go home and go to bed because I have to be up at 5 a.m. to go to my second job in the morning.
Yeah, but you're also keeping yourself distracted, you know what I mean?
Like, I mean, when I don't have work, like, even in between hours and work, I'll come see him, I'll go to my friend's house, like, I'll do what I gotta do, and I'll that's when I have my me time. But sometimes it's a little overwhelming, but I think I've been, like keeping myself up, keeping myself distracted, finding things to do. Okay, next question. What does Peter want to do when he's older?
So I've thought about this a lot. I thought I wanted to, when I was in high school, or I graduated last year, so
it's okay. You're not in high school anymore.
I took, a couple like wood shop classes, and like, it was called technology in high school, and I was like, this is kind of cool. It keeps me, working with my hands, and like, it was kind of cool. And then, I took BOCES for construction, and I was all about it. But as soon as I graduated, I was like, okay, it's good money, but do you really want to be doing this? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good job. I'm not gonna shit on anyone who, has that career or pursues it. But like,
it's not for you.
Yeah, after high school, I really thought about it. I'm like, am I really want to do this? Am I really gonna want to do this for my whole life? But I thought about streaming on Twitch, like.
Oh, I could put his Twitch username in the handle below.
But streaming on Twitch has been kind of a hobby, and like, I like it a lot.
Or like a side hustle kind of thing.
Yeah, and I just want to pursue that. I want to, blow up and just entertain people, and like playing, because like I'm really good at playing video games, and that's pretty much all I do. So like,
yeah.
If there's a profession where you can like put yourself out there on a platform, Twitch is another platform. It doesn't have to all be about YouTube.
Right.
It's like, it's a win-win, you know what I mean?
You're doing something you love, and you're creating content that other people love, and you someday make money off of it.
Yeah.
Well, what do I want to do when I get older?
Yeah.
Oh, YouTube! No, the end goal, oh my god. The end goal is to have my own talk show. Like, I'm not kidding. I feel like I love giving people advice, even though I can't take my own advice. But I do love, like, putting a smile on people's faces, and just them responding, like sometimes people will ask me, how did you gain that weight, stuff like that, and it's just like, they're like, thank you so much, and them reaching out and actually being appreciative and coming to me makes me feel so good.
And it's like, a lot of people respect you, and it's like, they sort of look up to you, and they
and it's like,
you're not gonna bullshit them, you're gonna tell them straight up.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like kind of nice, and so I want like a talk show, and so I low-key want to be like a motivational speaker type thing, but I also want to have, like, YouTube is just like the building blocks to get to that top thing. So that's what I'm hoping for. And our last question is, what advice would we give to other people in relationships? You have to be patient. Yeah,
I was just about to say, that's the biggest one. You gotta be patient, you both have to be on the same page. It's not like, I want to go do this, and if you don't agree with that, I don't care, I'm just gonna do it anyway. Because like, it needs to be a mutual respect, and like, you can't be more dominant than like your partner.
Right, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
You have to be respectful of each other's feelings, and also another part of it is compromise. I feel like.
Yeah.
A huge part of it.
It's like, you're never gonna have a healthy relationship if you're both not like on the same page. It's like, what are you in that relationship for, like, really?
Exactly. Well, we learned from our last relationship, we used to get mad at each other and just ignore each other and not talk. And now it's like, I mean, we don't fight like we did before because there's nothing to fight about. But it's more like those little arguments when I'm just like being annoying, pesting you, or you're pesting me. And it's like, okay, we don't have to make this into a big argument. We talk it out.
And
it's like,
that's like the biggest one. It's like communication.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't learn that the first time, but
no.
like, the second time around,
we got it down.
When we actually sat down and talked about like what we're thinking, it helped us a lot. And then like, you realize like, oh, like what we were fighting about before was stupid.
Yeah. And then we just get over and we're like, babe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, this time around was so much better. Like, I mean, at first we were both so heartbroken, I feel like, and it's like, we finally
matured.
Yes, we grew up and we realized, holy shit, that was toxic. That was horrible. Like, what did we think we were doing? But it's like, it needed to happen in order to be here now, you know?
Yeah.
I'm happy that it did happen, and I don't regret it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are we done? Yep. So this is the end of the video. If you guys like, just subscribe, like it, comment if you want to, and yeah, and also comment if you guys want to see like certain videos. Like comment if you're like, oh, I want to see you guys do this kind of video, this, that, and yeah, stuff like this. We're kind of going through the flow with this YouTube channel.
Yeah, we're trying to get a feel for it.
Yeah, we're trying to get a feel for it. We don't know if it's gonna be like a couple thing or just like, oh, he'll be in my videos, like, so we're just feeling it out, seeing what we think. But just let us know what you want to see, and yeah, so bye guys.